So, Ice Age. Ice Age is a pretty good game. And a movie. Throughout this whole time, I think Ice Age was probably one of my favorites. But also the fact that it was pretty successful throughout all of its movies. Like, none of them was not too much debug. Like, how do I say this? Like, a lot of movies would have a sequel to the original, but they don't tend to be as good as they expected. But Ice Age, to me, I think it was pretty good throughout the whole time. But although there are some exceptions to it in that area, they have their games. And for a long time ago, when I was a kid, I used to play Ice Age Meltdown for a long time. I used to probably not able to beat it. And since I was old enough, I was able to figure out how to beat it, and I beat the game about 10 times at least, or 5. I lost count. But after a while, then my sister got the Xbox and didn't let us play the game anymore. So yeah. But after those years, Ice Age released a new game that has nothing to do with the movie. It's just a game that's kinda have the elements around the other movies, called Ice Age Scrat's Nutty Adventure. So yeah, this is gonna be a review of talking about the game and what my personal opinions about it. So you're probably asking, what is Ice Age Scrat's Nutty Adventure? Well, to make it simple, it's a platform game. A game where you collect collectibles and go through some bit of challenges and make it to the end of the story. That's pretty much it. So let's talk about the pros. Compared to the Meltdown, and yes, I'm going to be comparing this to the other game, Meltdown. So, pros. They have updated textures like nice lighting that gives you more of a warm feel. Smooth environment. They really updated their textures and the way rocks look back in the old game. And a lot of reference to the other movies too. Like, spoilers, like the crystal is like the last movie, like the crystals we collect. They're like the last movie of Ice Age where they're kind of usually the problem. And the environment, the bosses, the dinosaurs. I mean, it's really cool that they add a lot of elements and took inspiration from each area. Next is the Crystal Nut events. If you don't know this, in the end of each area, you'll be collecting a crystal nut. The crystal nuts is what you bring back to the temple to gain new abilities. And those abilities are double jump, flying, and telekinesis. Once you collect the 4 crystal nuts, then you'll be able to meet the Scratazon that has been watching over you. And those are kind of the pros that I think the game is. It's also a lot of fun too, and it's also up into other consoles. It would be a good child's game. Now the cons. And oh boy, there's a lot of cons that I cannot stress enough. Cons. Basic abilities. I can't stress enough. When I first played the game, I was trying to double jump, because that's what was allowed in Meltdown. But there was no double jump. The double jump we had to get as a special ability. And to my opinion, it's challenging, but why would you have to get rid of double jump? A lot of platform games have double jump. It's just the essential tool in order to survive. If they can add double jump and try a different kind of ability, it would make the game a lot better, in my opinion. Simple character designs. Now, you think a few years would make them think about making a good character design, but it's a little, to me, it's kind of disappointing also, because comparing this design to the other design, I would say I like the old design better. One is because it's super fluffy, it shows a little bit of characteristics about Scrat, but it's just too clean. It's just, I don't know what to say about it. Just way too simple. I feel like they let us down on that. Challenges. Now the challenges in the game was simple. I would have expected the challenges to get harder and harder, and the fact that I heard the word puzzles in the trailers, that it would get harder and harder, and I'm like, oh yes, this is the kind of game I like. Because I actually played another game which was called Nero, which you had to do a lot of puzzles and a lot of brain thinking. And it took a long time in order to figure out how to do it. So when I was like playing it, surprisingly throughout the game, the puzzles were just simple. They're not even that hard. You can figure it out pretty easily. It's just, it's a little bit disappointing. Especially the attacks. Again, the attacks are simple too. All you basically had to do was spam X and nothing else. They could have gone a little further by maybe add a new ability to him, like a new attack or combos would be pretty cool. But it's just spam clicking. That's all it is. Disappointing. Price. The price is, oh my goodness, I don't know what to say about it. It's so expensive. $40 is not worth for that game. I mean, at first I was like, $40, oh, this must be a really good game, probably really long. Nope, simple. I mean, if I compare this with, like, for instance, Sonic Unleashed, the prices, Sonic Unleashed's prices are very cheap. And the thing is, Scrat's Adventure is expensive, but the difference is Sonic Unleashed was pretty long, had a good story, and yeah, and it still had the same kind of graphics as Scrat Adventure, so to my opinion, I think Sonic Unleashed will be a lot more higher, and Scrat's Adventure will be a lot less. It just makes sense. Last but not least, story. I kid you not, throughout this whole review, I want to talk more about the story because it's so disappointing. For a Scrat, you think they would think about an idea that's besides the movie, but nope, it's simple, it's just straight to the end, that's it. It's so disappointing, and I can't stress it enough. I was really excited to figure out what was gonna happen in the end, but it's just kinda predictable, to be honest, and disappointing. And also, that goes to the price is not worth it that much. If I can suggest some things to do a remake of that game, which probably would never happen, but hey, I want to at least help on this too, so that way we don't make some fans sad. My suggestions would be to make the ending better, because that's just the main problem. You can keep some of the dialogue throughout the game, but ending needs a remake. What the ending could have would be adding a final boss, like maybe like a twist where you give him the crystal nuts, and turns out it turns into a crystal monster with the same abilities that tries to destroy you because you're apparently the hero of this story. It would have been really cool, and maybe it would make it a lot harder. Maybe not as scary, but at least like make it hard to the point it's worth the effort to try beat the game. And And yeah, that would be really cool to see. That's what I was actually waiting for when I played the game. Also, if it does come to that, I would also like a better scene with Scratazone, because we only did, in the scene, we only see Scratazone coming out, showing herself to him, and then scene ended. Credits. That's it. I feel like they could have gone into more deeper, maybe with a little bit of dialogue. We don't have to do a voice acting, just a little bit of dialogue about how you're this hero, and then you, I don't know, drove off to the distance. And would also be nice, give Scrat back his nut. Because that's kind of the whole reason why probably Scrat was doing this in the first place. Getting back his nut. So, yeah, disappointing too. But yeah, I'm sorry this video was a little bit more negative, but that's kind of my opinion, and I was very upset at how the game turned out. It could have been a lot better. Also, I want to give a big thanks to all of you for supporting me throughout the time and throughout the disaster that I thought was going to be pretty bad, but apparently it was not. That YouTube might have died soon. But nope, it's still live. It's still normal as always, just a little features we had to add and then and there. So I will be re-uploading my videos back into the channel just to let you know. I will probably keep some of them up, so you might, if there's any videos that you really loved and I don't put them back on, I'm sorry. So yeah, that's the reason why I have not been uploading that much, but also I'm kind of trying to enjoy life, because everyone's a human, they gotta at least enjoy life while they can. But yeah, I will probably be doing a 120 subscriber special soon, but see what you guys have to say about it. What we think the special will be. Leave in the comments below and I'll pick some out. I might even get shoutouts to the ones who the ideas I pick out. It'd be pretty cool, and maybe I might have to add some friends to it. Also, I'll be soon working on a new series, an actual series that will maybe last a while, at least not end in such a cliffhanger. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video, and we'll see you later. Bye!